It's a big one on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Don't be fooled by the blue we are putting on. This one will be an interesting one. Manchester City will be taking on Manchester United at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
This is mouth-watering, given the forms that both these teams are coming into this one. Manchester United, for all its troubles, lie only 6 points behind City in the table. This one will determine how far apart they drift.
Yeah, Tony, the table does not show exactly how far apart these teams are. I think Man City
in terms of performances.
Yes, Man City is too brilliant, and I think Man United has struggled. The positive for Erik ten Hag is he has tried to keep in touch, because if they win the game against City, it will be 3 points, and I don't think
out of the blue.
But that's going to be a tall order for United to do that. Of course, we know the Man United side are grieving the loss of Sir Bobby Charlton, but on Derby Day, I think the grief is going to be put aside, and the teams will first have to settle the dispute in the 90 minutes. Then they will remember the formalities. But I think that game will be one that Man United would think, could this be a stepping stone for them, a springboard to kick off the season? But you look at Man City, they have wobbled a bit and have allowed Tottenham now to outrightly be the number one in the table. They'll be looking at, depending on the results that Tottenham would have got on a Friday night, what do they have? What is the gap? Is it 5, or do they have to close it to 2? So that difference will determine the side Pep Guardiola will want to harass Man United.
Very interesting. Of course, it's a derby of very big magnitude. Of course, both managers will be coming in here. Former colleagues, actually, Ten Hag and Pep. They'll be looking at this particular game as a springboard for Man City to keep chasing the Tottenham and Arsenal who are leading at the top. But for United to try and turn their season around, they've played poorly. They played Burnley and dominated them. Sheffield showed them last week that they could really beat them. They won that game 2-1. Copenhagen comes in midweek, and they really took very good chances. Onana's making 2 brilliant saves, including the penalty at the end of the game. It shows you that a side can easily have this Manchester United side. But where is the issue? We know that they're still struggling with the defenders. Number 2 and number 3 both out. Bissaka and of course Luke Shaw still out. The coach has tried to get some replacements. Region is back, which is good news for Manchester United fans. And of course Diogo Dalot. But they still keep conceding chances. Is it the way they play from the back? Is it the light midfield? What is the issue?
Tony, many issues. For starters, Man United, I don't think is a team that should be playing from the back. I don't think they have the ability to play from the back. We have gone ahead to see Casemiro was off form. He's doing light training. When Casemiro got out, we thought maybe the United team could come in. We said Amrabat can come in, Bruno, but Eriksen. Of course the on-form McTominay was drafted in. It still failed to work. It has not worked. And going forward, Rashford, I think the coach has persistently played Rashford. Maybe he could discover his form from the bench, but he is playing in and out and struggling. Number 7, Anthony, is poor. Anthony has struggled.
He has been a shadow. He's been a shadow. His former poor self.
Exactly. And then Højlund, we still have to say maybe he's not getting their supply. Bruno is not playing in his natural position to pick him up. But the jury is still out there. He's not having a goal in the first 6 games. So that is also worrying. But you've mentioned a derby is a derby. We look back to last weekend when Everton visited Anfield against Liverpool. They almost contained Liverpool until they got the red card. So maybe there is that impetus, that incentive in United to try and see that it's just 90 minutes. If everyone can go perform at 100%, we could get something. But again, it doesn't just come out of a blue, Tony,
For Manchester City, they have most of their players back, of course, in the short, the ones, of course, that have been struggling in the short term. John Stones is back in the side, which gives them more options at the back. Of course, we know Rodri is back, and he's had good games already for this particular side. This is starting to look scary for other teams that will be trying to play against Manchester City. Pep, this is around the time that he starts now asking his team to put together a run of maybe 10 games in a row where we are getting results. But this is a tough test still. You cannot just rule out Manchester United in a game like this, even with all the weapons that Pep has.
Tony, you cannot rule out Man United. That's what I've said for a very long time. And I keep mentioning they tend to be dangerous when they are underdogs, this Man United side. But you cannot be an underdog against City and be able to win still. They will still come and beat you. And I've been looking at the Man City team. Doku on that left wing, he's terrific. He was brilliant.
And if he works on his finishing, Timothy, those benders,
he can get more goals. and Dallo is not the best on a one-on-one defending, so he will need a lot of help from Varane. Maguire is starting to pick up form. So for me, I think United will try and first see how to contain the game. Take it in phases. First 10 minutes, don't concede 20 minutes. And if they can see off the first half without conceding, then you start thinking of a result. Otherwise, if Man City get the first goal inside the first quarter, then they should be able to roll this and again get 4 goals.
It's easy to forget that Erling Haaland is in this Manchester City side. He got 2 goals in midweek. He'll be, of course, certainly also expecting to have a say in this one. Julian Alvarez, who has been slightly in the differential in the past few games, also starting to look like perhaps he can get back on form in this particular one. This is a derby team. When I think about the score, I think Manchester United has a chance in this game. I really feel Manchester United has a chance in this game. Rashford plays well on the big occasions. Bruno Fernandes wants to outshine everyone else. He's a very competitive guy. I like how he plays.
He has that self-drive.
I am trying to look for where the draw will come from, but I think Pep will be able to edge this one. I'm going for a 2-1 win for City away from home.
Tony, this time I won't say you took my script, but I'm going for the same score. I was trying to remember last season, City scored first and then Man United was able to win it 2-1. But remember, there was that dubious offside where Rashford came in and Bruno struck. But this time around, I don't think United would have that luck. So 2-1 Man City.
Tell us what you think back at home. Of course, we have gone for a win for Manchester City, 2-1. We would like to hear from you what you think ahead of the big one on Sunday evening. That game kicking off at 6:30 p.m. Goodbye for now and enjoy the mouth-watering clash. Don't forget the games kick off tonight with Crystal Palace taking on high-flying Tottenham Hotspur. That game starting at 10 p.m. Very, very mouth-watering London derby as well. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.